Good morning, Arsene.
Good morning.
The team news you revealed yesterday was Arteta's out, Wilshire's back. Where's Theo in this? Likely to be involved?
In the squad.
How's his capacity to start games at the moment?
His ability to start is, if I decide to start him, he can start.
Swansea, they're in sixth place, and it's something that we shouldn't be surprised at these days. They've proven to be a very consistent Premier League side at the moment.
Yes, their side who has always played well, stabilised in the Premier League, has a way to play, and overall, when you go to Swansea, you know you face a tough opponent.
You come up against your old goalkeeper, Łukasz Fabianski. Good to see him. How difficult was it to let him go after his heroics in the FA Cup last year?
I didn't want to let him go. He was end of contract, and overall we didn't sell the player. But of course, when you get to 27, 28, 29, and you're not a regular first choice, you can understand where the player wants to go.
And finally, for me, how have the players reacted to what happened late in the game in midweek against Handley?
Look, they were disappointed, but I believe straight after the game it was a shock to come back to 3-3, but overall I think we know we can score goals, and we know as well that we can do better defensively, but it's easier to add the second part to the game than the first part.
Hi Arsene. Just on Theo, you've managed his comeback very, very closely in the past few months. He's now back in the England squad. Have you spoken to Roy Hodgson, and will you speak to Roy Hodgson about his potential playing time in these two internationals?
He's available. He has been chosen by England. He needs competition at the moment. He has been out for 10 months. I don't know if you realise how long that is. People think it's like mechanics. That's not machines. These are human beings, and to get back into the rhythm of a top level competition will take time.
Would you be averse to him playing a full part in both games, or would you accept that?
Roy Hodgson is free to do what he wants.
Theo's been a number of injuries during the past year. You've said that you're looking at various things why these injuries are happening. For example, the pitches, etc. What's the latest on that? What have you found out?
Look, he has been injured on a cruise ship on an accidental tackle against Tottenham on the 3rd of January, and you can never plan that will never happen again. I think what is for sure in our job, every time you have a big injury, you have one more chance to have the next one. It's a bigger chance, and but overall he has been taken care of very well. He's today ready to play again, and I think we have just to leave him in peace and give him the needed time to come back.
Just on generally though, on the injuries here, have you had to look at the pitches? What have you found out about? Is there any problem?
Nothing, honestly, nothing special, because the injuries we got, first of all, they have not occurred here. Giroud was at Everton. Debuchy was at the Emirates, so there's no, and it was all big joint accidents, it's not muscular problems.
When you reflect on Tuesday, was it a blip, or was it something more of a concern? You had 2 clean sheets before that game.
No, it was, I think we can learn a lot from what happened on Tuesday, because maybe subconsciously before the game is over, at 3-0, what is 99% of the time the case, but still I think we had some special incidents, things we can correct, like the goal number 2 and the goal number 3, but the goal number 1, we can never have an influence on that. When the guys who are 1 yard offside or 2 yards offside get the goal, we can never influence that.
Arsene,
Every time we go to Geneva, Corina explains to us that the 5th referee is absolutely a fantastic finding, but when you see the pictures on the first goal, it's absolutely unbelievable. The guy stands behind the line in front of the offside guy and doesn't say a word.
You think that should be changed?
I don't know what they are doing, the guys behind the line, what they are paid for.
What would you like to see? You would like to
And
see
I think that's a general feeling shared by everybody who watches football.
You think they should be replaced and bring more video evidence in then?
I think they should buy a seat for them at least and give them a good book.
Arsene, on a personal level, you came in for some very strong criticism following that game. Was it justified and were you surprised by the level of it?
No. That's the job of people who work on television or in the newspapers. They do just that job.
Given the gap to Chelsea that you find yourselves in, have your aims at all changed from the beginning of the season? Do you and your players still feel that you have a realistic chance of winning this league?
Of course, we have just to win the next game to achieve that, and that's a basic. You know, in our job, you get always taught lessons by people after the games, but before the game, we have only one target: is to win the next game.
Final one from me, Arsene. Just on Joel Campbell, is he still a major part of your short-term and your long-term planning here?
Yes, of course.
Is he happy?
You should ask him that question. I cannot guarantee the happiness of every individual person. I try to make everybody happy. I personally love Joel Campbell and have big respect for him. And I wish every day that he's happy from morning till evening, you know. But we have all to deal with our own problems.
Arsene, you say you expect criticism, but do you think the criticism was fair after Tuesday night?
I don't even, you know, if you're 3-0 up and you get back to 3-3, you always get the same. I managed 2,000 games and I can a little bit anticipate what people will say. If you defend and you get back to 3-3, they'd say, why did you defend and not continue to play your normal game? And if you had continued to attack, you get caught back. People say, why did you continue to attack? It's so predictable.
After winning the FA
I personally think, regardless of the score, you have to play the right way football.
After winning the FA Cup last season, have you been surprised how quickly the positivity around the place has faded away?
No, we are very positive inside the camp. Very positive. You don't even realize it, but the negativity is you surrounding and your atmosphere. You live from that, but we are not we are not touched by that. We are inside our camp. We are very positive, and we are not touched by that at all. We are touched by the fact when we don't win, we are not happy. But that's all. All the rest we can live with it.
And can I just ask one question about Abu Diaby? What's the situation with him? Is he?
He's doing well.
Do you expect him to be available to play anytime soon?
Give him time.
Arsene, could just ask you about Jack. Is he trained well all week?
Yes.
This sickness bug now hasn't affected anyone else in the squad?
No problem, no.
And just a word on Aaron Ramsey. He's obviously, you put him on the bench recently, and then he's obviously started on Tuesday. Just talk about, he's obviously a great season last year. What do you think he's got to do this time to get back to that level?
Just keep the priorities right. Midfielder is a guy who defends well and makes the other team players play in the team and focus on that.
But he got such praise last year, and obviously this year's had injuries and a little loss of form.
Well, but I think you have to be guided not by what people say, but the way we want to play and the way the game should be played. And people, when you score a goal, you have a disastrous game, they say you have been great, you know. But you have to keep, as a midfielder, priorities right, defend well and attack well, and give good balls to the other players. That's in the heart of the game. That's basically what the game is about, and it's not about goal scoring. Goal scoring is a consequence of playing well first, so focus on playing well.
And now you're getting everyone fit. You can only obviously play so many players. It's going to give you some big decisions to make the next few weeks.
That's not a problem.
You relish that, obviously.
Arsene, Je veux juste parler de Thierry Henry, qui est en train de disputer ses derniers matchs de sa carrière. Il peut arrêter après les playoffs de la MLS. Je veux juste savoir, est-ce qu'il pourrait faire un bon manager?
Oui, évidemment, parce qu'il est intelligent, il est passionné par le foot. Oui, il peut faire un très bon manager.
Est-ce qu'il a le bon profil? Qu'est-ce qui fait qu'il est...
Ben, il comprend vite, il comprend le jeu, il a une bonne sensibilité, il a un bon contact avec les gens. Bon, après, c'est un choix de vie, c'est pas un choix de potentiel pour moi. Il faut sacrifier sa vie pour être manager. C'est un sacerdoce et il n'y a rien d'autre dans la vie que ça. Donc, la vraie question qui devra se poser, est-ce que je veux sacrifier ma vie pour ça, le restant de mes jours pour ça? Et voilà, la question, son potentiel, évidemment qu'il existe. Il est tellement évident.
Est-ce qu'il devra passer comme Patrick Vieira, Denis Bergkamp, par les jeunes classes
Oui, il faut apprendre son métier, contrairement à ce qu'on pense. Quand on est joueur, on pense qu'on a une vue trop simpliste du métier. Et quand on ne se prépare pas à ce qu'est vraiment ce métier, j'ai vu beaucoup de gens qui avaient énormément de potentiel disparaître parce qu'ils n'ont pas appris leur métier. Ils avaient un potentiel énorme pour faire de grands managers, mais comme ils n'étaient pas préparés, ils se sont fait engloutir.
Est-ce que tu pourrais l'intégrer dans ton organigramme d'Arsenal dès maintenant?
Bah, écoutez, c'est toujours pareil, il faut qu'il y ait des postes disponibles. Pour l'instant, il n'y en a pas. Avec plaisir, moi j'accueille avec plaisir tous les anciens joueurs, mais il faut qu'il y ait des postes disponibles. Et des postes honorifiques, il n'y a rien de pire que cela. Il faut que ce soit des postes efficaces.
Thank you all. Can you take the microphones out, please?